Jays go out there today and they do a job. The question was, were the Blue Jays going to come out there today and win this series 3 out of the 4 against the O's? And the bats came alive, and Stripling was decent, and the bullpen shut the door as the Blue Jays beat the Baltimore Orioles 5-2 and have won back-to-back games, and they're now 40-36 on the year, and they win 3 of 4 against the Baltimore Orioles. Let's break this game down right from the start. And in the first inning, Ross Stripling throws a ball in the inner half off the plate, but Ryan Mountcastle seems to love that ball in as he pulls the hands in and drills it out of the ballpark to left field. The wind was blowing out there, but he got it in the jet stream or whatever was going on there, and knocked it out of the ballpark, and the Orioles were up 1-0 in the first. But I think no Jays fan was really worried at that point because, well, I think we're going to score 1 run at least in this ball game. And at the bottom of the second inning, the Blue Jays have the bases loaded and nobody out. But all they could muster up is a Randall Grichuk ground ball double play. They get an RBI, Grichuk does not get an RBI on the ground ball double play, but Teoscar Hernandez comes in to score, and the Blue Jays have tied it at 1. Even though that's all they get in the inning, you have a base loaded, nobody out, you really want to make them pay for that. And in the bottom of the third inning, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., he doubles. In comes Marcus Semien. In comes Reese McGuire. And the Blue Jays lead it now 3-1. All right, we feel a little bit better about things now, don't we, Jays fans? And then Kevin Biggio hits a ball to left field. They send Vladdy home. He gets thrown out at the plate. The initial call was safe. They go to review. They reverse the call and call him out. Anybody who's going to get mad at Louis Rivera for sending him, don't. Because for one, it's the Baltimore Orioles, and it was close, and you're up 3-1. Why not? And there was 2 out, right? So why not gamble and see if you can get an extra run out of it? You don't, you get thrown out. It is what it is. And he got a 3-1 lead, and Stripling's been very good. However, in the top half of the 5th inning, Ross Stripling gets in a little bit of problem. Urias hits an RBI double. Maikel Franco comes in to score, and it's a 3-2 ball game. Right? He gets out of that inning, so only the 1 run comes in to score, and it's a 3-2 game, and he gets out of the 5th inning. But in the bottom half of the 5th inning, Kevin Biggio comes up, and he rips an RBI double over the left fielder's head, and it was 1 hop off the wall. Teo comes in to score. Vladdy comes in to score. Blue Jays grab 2 more runs. They got now a 3-run lead. It's 5-2. Ross Stripling then goes out there for the 6th because you got a little bit of breathing room, so you can get 6 out of the guy. Well, he struggles. They end up getting 1st and 3rd, nobody out, and they bring in Patrick Murphy, and he does not allow a run to score. If I'm not mistaken, he got a strikeout, and then he got the ground ball double play to get out of that inning. No matter what, no runs come in to score off Murphy there, so none charged to Stripling. A heck of a job from Patrick Murphy. He goes out there for the 7th inning and gets into some hairy situations. Bases loaded, 2 out. They bring out Tim Mayza. He gets the final out to end the inning, so a big timeout from Tim Mayza, who's been fantastic lately. And then Anthony Castro goes out there for the 8th. 3 up, 3 down, strikes out the side. Fantastic. And Jordan Romano finish off the ball game. The bullpen was actually really good. Now, obviously, you're playing the Baltimore Orioles. Nothing to be too excited about. However, your bullpen threw 4 total innings and allowed a total of 1 hit and 2 walks. And no runs. So we'll take that. Anytime it was only a 5-2 game, right? It's not like it was 12-4 and they were meaningless innings. Those were big-time heavy innings. If I'm not mistaken, Tim Mayza got Trey Mancini out. So that's a huge out for the Blue Jays there in that 7th inning. Because that's kind of that Death Valley zone, right? That 6-7 inning, if your starter can't give you that, who do you actually use in that situation if you're the Toronto Blue Jays? So Murphy and Mayza do a great job getting out of the 6th and 7th inning. Well, I guess you could say Stripling as well, but he didn't get any outs in that 6th inning. But and the Blue Jays prevail. They win at 5-2. They've won 3 of 4 against the O's. And the way I look at it, we looked at the stretch against the Orioles for 3 in Baltimore, then Miami for 2, and Baltimore for 4. And you realize the Jays went 7-2. Now, we look at that 1 loss in this series, right? The game 2 of the 4-gamer, where we had a 5-1 lead and blew it. It should be 8-1, I understand. But if you look at it from a whole, you're 7-2 in that stretch. You're 40 and 36 on the year, 4 games above 500. Now you welcome in the Seattle Mariners on Tuesday. That team has been playing really good baseball lately. Statistically, are they a really good team? Not really. But they're playing inspired baseball right now. So you're playing a hot team when they're ready. Now the question is, how are the Blue Jays going to react? How's their bullpen going to be against? We haven't seen Seattle this year. So how are things going to go there? I'm pretty sure it's a 3-game set at Salem Field. Look, if I'm a Jays fan, I look at this and saying, hey, if this team is legit, if this Jays team is actually going to be legit, you want to take 2 or 3 against that squad. But before we get into that, and before we get into the Game 1 starter on Tuesday, let's talk about some stats. Marcus Semien went 2 for 4 in the ball game and scored a run. Good to see him starting to do a job there at the top of the shop. He had a few games where he was scuffling, so it's good to see him getting back into the swing of things, now hitting just a shade over 280 on the year. Vladdy, it wouldn't be a Vladdy day without some making an impact in the offensive end. 2 for 4 with a run, scored a couple RBIs for Vladdy on the RBI double that he had. Teoscar Hernandez went 2 for 4 in the game and scored a couple runs. And George Springer, yes, he did go 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, but he did walk twice in the game today. Something that I've noticed from him, I think we've all noticed from him, is that he has come in and he's a little off with his swing. But you got to realize the guy had like half a spring training and then, 4 games? Or 3 games? I think he's played a total of 7 or 8. Either way, he's played a handful of games this year, and it's been all over the place. So I'm just going to give Springer a couple of weeks to kind of get back in the rhythm of things. But seeing his eye at the plate, walking 2 times, making an impact on a good team in the middle of the lineup. So that's what you'd love to see. And Cavan Biggio went 2 for 3 in the ballgame with a couple RBIs and a walk. Crazy number. Cavan Biggio's on-base percentage is higher than Bo Bichette's. That's what we want from Biggio. If he's going to be like a 240 hitter with an on-base of 360, I'll take that any day of the week, man. I don't care. We're not asking, just because Biggio was on that team with Vladdy and with Bo, they're in Double-A and Dunedin, doesn't mean he's a 300 guy with an on-base of 400. That's not Cavan Biggio. He's more of that 240, 250 guy with an on-base of 350, 360, 100 points higher, and he's going to get on base quite often. And today is one of those games where you're like, hey, he made an impact as well as just getting on base. 2 for 3, couple RBIs in the 2-run double, a big 2-run double there in the bottom of the 5th. And he walked once as well. So a great day at the plate for Cavan Biggio. And speaking of great days at the plate, Reese McGuire continues to swing the bat extremely well. He was 2 for 3 in the game with a run scored and a walk. He was on base 3 of the 4 times that he came to the plate. So another really good day in the office for Reese McGuire with the bat. All right, now the pitching staff. Ross Stripling, as I mentioned, went 5 innings, allowed 6 hits, couple runs, 3 strikeouts, and a walk. It's pretty evident that he didn't have the stuff that he has over his previous 6 starts. He definitely was not as spot on, but he battled. He battled and only allowed the 2 runs over 5 innings. Now, credit to Connor Murphy for going out there and pitching an inning and 2/3 and allowing 1 hit, 1 strikeout, and walking a couple. But again, getting out of that 6th inning, that runners on the corners, nobody out situation, and he was able to get out of that with no damage. It's a big job for Patrick Murphy. Yeah, he got the bases loaded 2-out situation, but then Tim Meza comes in and gets the 1 guy out. Being able to hand it off to each and every guy and have confidence in these guys, that's huge. And Patrick Murphy did a job coming in for Ross Stripling. And Tim Meza came in for Patrick Murphy and did a job. And in all that mess, in those 2 innings, no runs cross. And then you turn it over to Anthony Casher, who's starting to find himself again after that really rough patch that he hit. He went an inning, no hits, no walks, and he strikes out the side. Big job for him. And then Jordan Romano picks up his 6th save on the year. He goes an inning, no hits, no walks, and strikeout. They weren't even sniffing a run. They weren't even sniffing a hit. In the final 2 innings of this ballgame, the Blue Jays locked it down bullpen-wise in a 3-run game. It has been rare that we've been able to say that, but we get the opportunity to say it today, and that's all. You just love to hear it, all right? Now, with Baltimore now gone, we focus our attention now on the Seattle Mariners, and Game 1 of that 3-game set at Salem Field goes on Tuesday night at 7:07 first pitch. Against the Seattle Mariners. Chris Flexen, I guess that's guy. Look, he's got an ERA sub-4. I think it was 387. He's a 6-3 record versus Robbie Ray. Look, if Robbie Ray can give us what he did against the Miami Marlins, we'll be just fine. We will be just fine if he can give us that type of performance. I'm not sure what Chris Flexen's all about, but he's now facing a Jays lineup that is really, really deep. And they have the day off tomorrow, so we can all enjoy that. And Jays fans, if you're interested in hearing my conversation with Adam Kloffenstein, for Blue Jays prospect Adam Kloffenstein, the Blue Jays center page, 7 p.m. tomorrow, I'll be having like a 15-20 minute chat with him, getting to know him a little bit better, getting to know more of our prospects and see what they're all about. And he's been playing in the Vancouver Canadians, with the Vancouver Canadians for quite some time, so I can get his take on Vancouver and Canada as a whole. That'd be a lot of fun. Check that out on Blue Jays Center there tomorrow at 7 p.m. All right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and you enjoyed the ball game there this afternoon, smack that like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you've not done so already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video. Your thoughts on the game. What'd you like? What'd you not like from today's ball game? Go nuts in the comments. Twitter is down below for myself. Follow up, send me a DM to like great stuff. The Instagram link is down below as well. So follow up there if you have not done so already. And I will talk to you guys, Jays Edition, in game 1 of the 3-game set against the Seattle Mariners starting on Tuesday night. Chris Flexen on the mound for the Mariners, and Robbie Ray gets the ball for the Blue Jays. 7:07 first pitch there at Salem Field. Thank you so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll talk to you guys then.